Hi students, welcome back to the world of English. In our previous session, we have done with Dear Departed Drama 2, that is part 2, segment 1. Okay, and today with segment 2, we are going to complete the entire part 2 of Dear Departed. Okay, let's begin it. Abel sits at the head of the table, facing spectators. A. Amelia and Henry, what the devil did you mean by shifting my bureau out of my bedroom? Suddenly recollecting. Okay, so now Abel Merriweather, along with all the others, sit. Okay, they settle down to have tea at the table. Okay, suddenly he looks at the bureau which was in his room. Okay, so he asks Amelia and Henry, what the devil did you mean by shifting my bureau out of my bedroom? Okay, why did you bring the bureau from my bedroom? Okay. Henry and Mrs. Slater are speechless. Do you hear me? Henry and Amelia. Okay, so when Abel Merriweather questions about why they brought his bureau from his bedroom to the living room, Henry and Mrs. Slater were speechless. They did not know what to say. So Abel Merriweather asks, Henry and Amelia, do you hear me? What bureau was that, father? Why my bureau, the one I bought? Okay, so suddenly Mrs. Jordan interrupts. She asks her father, Father, what bureau was that? Okay, and Abel Merriweather says that the bureau which he bought. Okay, so the bureau belongs to father. Fine. Was it the one, father? Huh, that's it. What's it doing there, huh? Okay, so Mrs. Jordan, she points at the bureau and asks her father, Father, is it that one? Then immediately Abel Merriweather says, Yes, that is the one. Okay, and he asks, What is that bureau doing here? Okay, it's supposed to be in my bedroom. Why it is brought down? The clock on the mantelpiece strikes 6. Everyone looks at it. Drat me, if that isn't my clock too. What the devil's been going on in this house? So as they were conversing about the bureau, the clock on the mantelpiece strikes 6. Okay, so when it strikes 6, everyone looks at the clock, and even Abel Merriweather, he looks at it and asks, okay, why his clock is brought again down? Okay, what the devil going on in that house? He questions. Okay, why that clock is in the living room? Okay, the meaning of dratme is to condemn or to curse. Okay, well, I'll be hanged. Rising. I'll tell you what's been going on in this house, father. Nothing short of robbery. So Mr. Ben says, I'll be hanged. And rising, Mrs. Jordan. Okay, Mrs. Jordan says, Father, I'll tell you what was going on in this house. Okay, and nothing short of robbery. Robbery is stealing things. Okay, she says she would narrate what actually was going on. Okay, be quiet, Elizabeth. I'll not be quiet. Oh, I call it double faced. So Mrs. Slater says to her sister to be quiet. Okay, and then her sister Elizabeth Jordan says that she won't keep quiet. Okay, and she says it is double faced. Okay, double faced is dishonest or hypocritical. Now, why does Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan say it is a double faced? Because her sister Amelia and her husband Slater were very dishonest, and they were actually taking the things of her father. Abel Mary's things were stolen by them. So she says it is double face, it is being dishonest. Okay. Now, Elizabeth, and you too, are you such a poor creature that you must do every dirty thing she tells you? And Mr. Henry Slater, the husband of Amelia, says, Elizabeth, now, okay? He tries to control her. Okay, he tries to control Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Okay, but Elizabeth Jordan says, you poor creature, how can you do the dirty things that your wife tells you to do? Okay, now why does she say? Because they have stolen Abel Merriweather's slippers, clock, and bureau. Okay, so she says, okay, how poor creature you are, you do everything that your wife tells you to do. Okay. Rising, thumping the table. Damn it all! Will someone tell me what's been going on? So Abel Merriweather gets annoyed because he was unable to understand what was actually happening. So he gets up and he says, will someone tell me what is actually happening in the house? Okay? Yes, I will. I will not see you robbed. Who's been robbing me? Okay, so Abel Merriweather was confused what was actually happening in the house. So he asks, okay, would someone tell him what was going on in the house? So Mrs. Jordan says, his daughter says that she would narrate what was happening, and she makes her father to realize that he has been robbed. Okay, she says that she won't allow her father to be robbed. And Abel Merriweather was completely confused. So he asks, who's been robbing? Okay, who's been robbing him? Who was robbing him? Okay. Amelia and Henry, they have stolen your clock and bureau. They sneaked into your room like thieves in the night and stole them after you were dead. Okay, so Amelia says to her father that she would tell what was actually happening, right? So Mrs. Jordan, Abel Merriweather's daughter, she says that Amelia and Henry had stolen his clock and bureau. Okay, they sneaked. Who is they here? Amelia and Henry. Amelia and her husband. Okay, who is Amelia? She is the daughter of Abel Merriweather, right? So Abel Merriweather's daughter and son-in-law, Amelia and Henry Slater, they sneaked into the room like thieves, and they have stolen bureau and clock. Okay, so she says that they have sneaked into the room and they have stolen the bureau and the clock. Okay. Shh, quiet, Elizabeth. I will not stop. Shh, quiet, Elizabeth. I will not be stopped after you were dead, I say. After who was dead? So Henry and Mrs. Slater, they get little annoyed and confused, and it's like they were caught red-handed. Okay, so when Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan reveals that Amelia and Slater were stealing the things from her father's room, Henry and Slater, both of them try to stop Elizabeth in speaking. Okay, they try to stop her. Okay, but Mrs. Elizabeth says, or Mrs. Jordan says, she won't be stopped. Okay, she won't be stopped. And she says, after you were dead. Okay, and immediately Abel Merriweather gets confused. Okay, then he asks, after who was dead? Who was actually dead? Okay, you. But I'm not dead. Okay, so when Mrs. Elizabeth says, okay, Mrs. Jordan says that after you were dead, and Abel Merriweather inquires who was dead, and Mrs. Jordan says that you, which means Abel Merriweather. Then Abel Merriweather says, but I'm not dead. Okay, he was not dead. No, but they thought you were dead. So Mrs. Jordan reveals, okay, she says that Henry Slater and Amelia thought that you were dead. Who were dead? Abel Merriweather. Okay. Oh, so that's why you're all in black today? You thought I was dead. He chuckles. That was a big mistake. Okay. Now, Abel Merriweather realizes that why they were all in mourning dress. Okay, because Mrs. Elizabeth says that everyone thought their father or Abel Merriweather was dead, so they were all in mourning dress, right? So Abel Merriweather says, okay, he says that, oh, that is the reason you're all in black today. And he chuckles, oh, he just laughs sillily and he says, okay, that was a big mistake. What was a mistake? They assumed that their father, Amelia's and Elizabeth's father, was dead. Abel Merriweather was dead. Okay, but actually he was not dead. He was lying on the bed just for the bit of headache. Fine? It didn't take you long to start dividing my things between you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since your mother died, I've lived part of the time with you, Amelia, and part time with you, Lizzie. Well, I shall make a new will, leaving my bits of things to whoever I'm living with when I die. How does that strike you? Okay, so when Abel Merriweather realizes that they assumed he was dead and they started dividing the property, he feels very sorry. Okay, and Elizabeth Jordan says, Father, sobbing, okay, feeling sorry for what happened, she calls Father. But Abel Merriweather says, okay, Abel Merriweather says that they did not have any concern towards their father, okay, and it did not take much time to divide his property between them. And he says, since their mother died, he lived part of his life with Amelia and part of his life with Lizzie. Okay, and he also declares that he is going to make a new will, leaving all his bits of property to whoever he is living with. Okay, when he dies. Okay, fine. You know, Father, it's quite time you came to live with us again. We would make you very comfortable. No, he's not been with us as long as he was with you. So when Abel Merriweather says that he is going to make a new will and he is going to give his bits of property to whomever he is living with at the time of his death. Okay, so suddenly Mrs. Jordan says, Father, it's quite time you came to live with us again, and she says that she would make her father more comfortable. Okay, but Mrs. Slater says, no, Father, it's been long time you are or you were with us. Okay, so Mrs. Slater says that it's better that he would stay or he stays with them. She says he has not been with them for a long time. Okay, I may be wrong, but I don't think father will fancy living on with you after what's happened today. It seems to me that neither of you has any cause to feel proud about the way you have treated me. Okay, now when Mrs. Slater says that that her father has to stay with them and he had not lived a long time in his house, then Mrs. Jordan says, okay, Mrs. Jordan, that is his daughter, it's wrong, and she says that father may not live with them after seeing what happened in the house, okay, after knowing what had happened. And Abel Merriweather says, okay, Abel Merriweather says to his daughters that they don't even feel guilty of what they have done. Okay, he feels that neither of his daughters had real concern, affection, and love towards their father. Okay. If I have done anything wrong, I'm sure I'm sorry for it. And I can't say more than that, too. It's a bit late to say it now. Neither of you care to put up with me. Okay, so when Abel Merriweather says that neither of them had concern and care for him, Mrs. Slater says, Mrs. Slater says sorry for whatever she had done. Okay, she feels extremely sorry for what she had done, and Elizabeth also says that she cannot say more than that, which means she also feels sorry for that. And Abel Merriweather, he says to his daughters that it is already too late to say sorry. Okay, and he also says that neither of them cared to put up with him or to look after him. Okay. No, no, father. Are you both say that because of what I have told you about leaving my money? Well, since you don't want me, I'll go to someone that does. So Mrs. Slater and Mrs. Jordan say, okay, who are those? They are daughters of Abel Merriweather. They say, no, no, father. Okay, why they say no? Because Abel Merriweather says that both of them never cared about their father. Okay, so they say, no, it's not like that. And Abel Merriweather says, is it that because I said, I'm going to leave my money with whom I'm going to live? Is it the reason that you say, or you show me the concern and love towards me? And he also says that he doesn't want live with them, and he says he will go to live with someone who really cares and have or has concern towards him. Okay? Come, Mr. Merriweather, you've got to live with one of your daughters. Okay? So when Abel Merriweather says that he is not going to live with his daughters, Mr. Ben, the husband of Elizabeth, says, okay, he says that Abel Merriweather has to live with one of his daughters. Okay, for this, Abel Merriweather says, I'll tell you what I've got to do. On Monday, next I've got to do three things. He says that on Monday, he is going to do three things. What are those? I've got to go to the lawyer and alter my will. And I've got to go to the insurance office and pay my premium. And I've got to go to St. Philip's Church and get married. Okay, so he says to his son-in-law and to the whole family that he is going to do three things. What are those? One is he has to go to the lawyer, or he would go to the lawyer to alter his will. What is he going to do? He is going to make a will that his bits of property will go to the person with whom he lives at the time of his death. Okay, and the second thing is to pay the insurance premium, and the third thing is he is going to get married in St. Philip's Church. Okay, do you understand? Three things he is going to do on Monday. One thing is to alter his will. Second, to pay his insurance premium. Third, to get married at St. Philip's Church. Fine? What? Get married? He's out of his sense. I say I'm going to get married. So Ben and Henry, who are those? They are the son-in-laws of Abel Merriweather. They ask, what? And Mrs. Jordan asks, get married? Are you going to get married, father? Then Mrs. Slater, she is a daughter of Abel Merriweather. She says, are you, or is he out of his senses? And Abel Merriweather says that he is going to get married. Okay? Who to? To Mrs. John Shurex, who keeps a ring of bells. We have had it fixed up a good while now, but I was keeping it for a pleasant surprise. So his daughter, Mrs. Slater or Amelia asked, to whom are you going to get married? And Abel Merriweather says, John Shurex, who keeps the ring of bells. okay, who maintains Ringo Bells, and he says that he had a good time, or he had a fixed up a good while with her, and he was just keeping it for a pleasant surprise for his daughters and in-laws, okay, son-in-laws. He rises. I felt I was a bit of burden to you, so I found someone who would think it a pleasure to look after me. We shall be very glad to see you at the ceremony. Okay, so Abel Merriweather, he rises from the chair and he says to his daughters that he was a bit of burden to them, and he found a soulmate who can really feel, concern and love towards him. So he says that he had found who can think it as a pleasure to look after him. So he says that he would meet them at the ceremony. Which is ceremony? Marriage. Okay. It's a good thing you brought that bureau downstairs, Amelia. It'll be handier to carry it across to the Ringo Bells on Monday. So he goes and opens the door and he turns towards his daughter and he says, Amelia, you have done a good job bringing my bureau down from my room to the living room. Okay, now it's easier for me to carry the bureau to the Ringo Bells on Monday. Okay. After saying everything, he goes out of the house. Fine. Dear students, I believe we have understood today's session, that is Dear Departed Part 2, Segment 2. Okay? Fine. Take care. See you in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye.